Hey y'all, I'm going to make y'all some Philly steak cheese fries. Y'all, they are so yummy and only take a few ingredients, and I will show y'all my ingredients. Remember, the link to the recipe will always be in the comments. When you click on the link, scroll all the way to the bottom for the exact amounts. Okay, we're gonna start with some thin steak that I'm going to slice into strips, okay? To my steaks, I will add garlic powder, and you can use either olive oil or avocado oil, okay? Either one to saute that steak in. Then you're also going to need some frozen bell peppers and onions. You can also just get you a couple bell peppers and an onion. Like I said, the exact measurements will be in the link, but you can also use frozen bell peppers and onions, okay? Next, French fries, okay? You can use seasoned fries, waffle fries, you could use tater tots, any kind, homemade fries, cut you up some potatoes. So we have some French fries that we're going to cook in the oven. You can deep fry them, air fry them, cook them in the oven, however you want to, okay? And then I'm going to add white American sliced cheese. Of course, you can use any kind of cheese, pepper jack, sharp, any kind of cheese, okay? So what I'm gonna get started with first is I'm going to get my French fries in the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and cook this whole bag, because knowing my kids, they'd rather have the French fries than probably rather have the French fries and the cheese and then the steak. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook that whole bag in the oven is the way I'm gonna cook mine. And then I'm going to saute my bell peppers and onions in one pan with some avocado oil. And then I'm gonna cut up my steak, saute it with some garlic powder, salt and pepper in another pan. So I will get to cutting this steak up, and we're gonna get our bell peppers and onions to saute them. So let's do that real quick. That will take not very long, but okay. So we are going to turn this on low, okay. We'll drizzle some avocado oil, like I said, or you can use olive oil. And I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit. My little bit may be y'all's a lot. I don't know. Grab some scissors. Usually I wait till my oil gets hot before I add these. That's just a habit of mine, but it doesn't have to be done. And we will get to sauteing that. Get that started. And then we will get our pan ready for let's get our oven up. So let's come over here and we're gonna cut up our steak. This steak comes in two different ways. Usually at Walmart you can get it where it's already in thin strips. They were out of the thin strips. This is thin, but they cut it into like 1 inch wide strips. But they didn't have any of that today, so I get to cut my steak up, which is fine. But anything with French fries, it's gonna be good, okay? I'm a potato girl. Fried potatoes, I love fried potatoes. Now my kids like cream or smashed potatoes, but I like fried. I was raised on fried potatoes. I could actually just live on fried potatoes and no meat. Yeah, that's me. See, this is pretty thin. But like I said, at Walmart you can also get it where it's cut into 1 inch strips, but they didn't have it, so that's okay. We will make do with what we got. I may cut that. Make it go farther, cut that. And you don't have to, you can cut it, keep it as long as you want. I'm just thinking go farther, cut it in half. Y'all can see that, can't y'all? And the seasoning I'm going to add to this, besides just avocado oil, is garlic powder and salt and pepper. But you can add any of your favorite seasonings. You can add some steak seasoning, some Kinder's has a fajita seasoning that's really good. Okay, I'm gonna finish cutting this up off camera, and I'm going to put my French fries on a baking sheet and put them in the oven, and I will bring y'all back in a few minutes. Okay, I have my French fries in the oven, and what I did is I took a baking sheet and poured a little bit of vegetable oil on it, or you could spray it with some non-stick cooking spray, and then put my French fries on that pan and put it in the oven. I have my bell peppers and onions sauteing, and now I'm going to add some oil to my pan for my steaks strips. And this is kind of just a preference on how much oil you want to add. It's not written in stone that you have to add so much. And now we are going to get this hot. And then to my steak, I'm going to add some garlic powder and some salt and pepper. And that water, while it cooks, will evaporate off of those frozen bell peppers and onions. Okay, that should be good. Try to separate these as much as I can. Go ahead and turn that down on low. Give me some working room here. And you can use less oil. I mean, I'm from the South. We deep fry everything. You say saute, I think deep fried, you know. As thin as this meat is, it will not take it long at all. Smells good. Probably the bell peppers and onions that I'm smelling though. Come on, separate a little piece of meat. Okay. And just add however much pepper and however much salt you want to add. I'm not a big salt person, so y'all may want to add more, okay? But now I do like my garlic powder. And these will not take long at all. Put our lid back on that garlic powder. We go through tons of garlic powder. I mean, tons of it. Check on our French fries. They're looking good. Good peppers and onions. I got them on medium. I started to get waffle fries for this recipe. And one of my kids mentioned the seasoned fries. My kids give me tons and tons of ideas. I mean, we bounce recipes off each other, and they come up with a lot of them as the recipes. I will think about it this way, and then, you know, they'll mention this and mention that. Even my son. And this morning, he mentioned something. Oh, he wanted to know what kind of butter I use for the eggs, because he must have liked it. And I'm thinking, you know what? You may have your own cooking show one of these days, because I actually got a video of him cooking pork chops the other day. He has a lawn mowing service, but he loves to cook. Of course, when I mentioned it, he just kind of, I mean, he's a young man, so he kind of just like, nah. You know, I'm thinking, yeah, you might be cooking one of these days on camera. I mean, he loves to eat, loves to cook, so he probably loves to eat more than he loves to cook, but that's okay. Right? And this, we just don't want to get it too done where it's tough. So I'm just trying to separate it. It smells so good. I have it on low. You know, I may put some garlic powder on my bell peppers and onions. You don't have to do this, okay? But we like lots of garlic. And you could leave, y'all, I have people that don't like garlic, leave the garlic off and put you just salt and pepper. Or, like I said, there's a Kinder's fajita blend for meat, and that would really be good. There's tons of sauces. You could do, like, taco seasoning. You like cumin, chili powder, paprika. Yeah, if you don't like the garlic, just leave it out. And like my kids, which it's not Philly steak without the bell peppers and onions, they would probably prefer just steak, cheese, and fries. Well, I mean, you know, and when I go to make theirs up, I may leave off the bell peppers and onions. That's why I'm leaving it separate. Now you could, once this is done and this is done, put it all together. Once the meat is done and the peppers and onions are done, you could put them in a pan and cook it all together and flavor it all together, which is an excellent idea. But if you have people in your family that don't really like vegetables, okay, that's why I'm going to keep mine separate. But you do not have to, because the gravy from this, you can, I don't know if you can see the gravy, would be wonderful mixed in with that. But we're going to keep it separate. Let's see how done that piece is. That piece looks pretty done. Let it cool. And I know it's Philly steak, but you could do chicken and still call it Philly steak. Yum. Oh my yum. That is good. Yum, yum, yum. I think there's just a few pieces that are a little bit pink. So I'm fixing to stop this. I think I'm going to go ahead and turn that off, because it will continue to cook for a few more minutes. And let's see how these are done. I'm just trying to get the water to evaporate off of this frozen bell peppers and onions, which it is happening. My French fries, let's look at them. Not quite yet. So we're going to turn, let's see, we might cook this a little bit longer. This is probably done. Okay, so we have our steak is finished cooking, our bell peppers and onions are finished, and our French fries are almost done. When we come back, I will show y'all the very last step, which is the most important step, and we'll assemble up our Philly steak cheese fries. Okay, I have taken my seasoned fries out of the oven, and what I'm going to do is, this is about half of that bag of French fries. I'm going to do 2 different batches. Okay, so I have about half the bag of French fries, and I have I'll take about half of the meat and half of the bell peppers and onions, and then we'll add the cheese, put it back in the oven, and melt the cheese, and that's the best part, y'all. Okay, so let's add our meat. Drain some of that meat off. I'm trying to spread the meat around onto the That looks so And remember, you can add as many bell peppers and onions if you like. My family prefers less. The less green stuff, the better. Okay, now we're gonna top with that white American cheese. Of course, more cheese the more better for around here. More cheese, more better. We might have to have one, couple more slices, y'all. Okay, and we're gonna put this back down into the oven. Get these back in the oven, and then we're gonna bring them out and we're gonna give them a taste. Okay, can y'all say, oh my yum? Look at that. My Philly steak cheese fries are done. Y'all, we have got to taste them. Yum. Let's give them a try. Bring y'all down here a little bit closer. Oh my goodness. I've got to decide what bite I want. There's a little bit of bell pepper, a little bit of cheese. Oh, look at that. I don't know if y'all can see all that goodness. Oh, yeah, give me that piece of cheese there. Oh my goodness. Make sure don't fall off my, like that. So easy. Yeah. We're gonna take a bite, see what it tastes like. Y'all. Oh my yum. Does that not look delicious? Y'all have got to try these. So easy. I'm gonna get one more bite. Whoop, there went a bite. Somebody get it. Grab me another piece of meat here. And a bell pepper. Look at that. With those seasoned fries, that steak, and the cheese, and the bell pepper. Oh, y'all, food does not get any better than this. Every recipe I make, I'm like, it don't get any better. It don't get any better. Okay. Y'all definitely have to make my Philly steak cheese fries. The recipe link will be in the comments. Do not forget to like, comment, and share this video and help me to show others how to cook. Thank you.